Hey folks, man, it's been hot as shit lately. It's 105 degrees. I make the comparison, it's as hot as Afghanistan. Well, when I was there in 2012 on one of my deployments, it was 120 degrees. And we're going on dismounted patrols, and that kind of heat is pretty intense. And when you come back, all you got is a hot bottle of water. It's not a relief. But yeah, it's been pretty hot lately. 105, something like that, I think was the real feel out here. So I got a few things I want to talk about. Some of them may not be too exciting. All right, one of which is I got my blood tested, and my lead content in my blood is at a 9. Now, I don't know the unit of measure, okay, and I'm going to share this information with you guys, hopefully so you benefit from it. This whole lead thing started because my 16-month-old baby, my youngest, came back with high lead content in her blood. For a baby, it was like 2.5. And once again, the unit of measure escapes me at the moment. So then I got myself tested, and mine came back 9. A 9. Okay? So right now, I'm in the process of getting the rest of the family tested and making sure that the lead... And a 9, by the way, is just below toxicity. I think it's high for an adult, but not toxic. So I'm getting the whole family tested, making sure it's not the water or anything else. It, to me, seems obvious that it is the lead exposure from shooting and being a firearms instructor. Now, I've had a lot of people tell me that that's not really, probably not it, because as an infantryman, as an active duty member of the military in a combat arms, you know, as a grunt, and you did a lot of shooting, never had any lead issue when I was active duty. And I think that people that shoot indoors have more of an issue with it. But you know what? This is something that I would encourage you other shooters out there, you gun channels, you know, Beretta 9mm USA, Paul Harrell, Hickok 45, you know, these other great gun channels. Check them out. Get yourselves tested for lead. I'm serious. I think it's because of the shooting we've been doing. I haven't been as cautious as I should be. You know, and here's the fact of the matter is that when we fire a weapon, a miniature explosion happens, and all these lead particles from the primer get all over you. On your hair, your skin, your shirt, everything. And, you know, then we'll leave the range and we'll eat, we'll smoke, we'll dip. You know, we'll touch our kids, we'll drag these lead particles in the house. When we clean our weapons in the house, you know, it gets everywhere. You know, so it's kind of frightening to me. I don't want there to be any kind of developmental problems with my kids, or me being extra irritable with headaches and stuff. It's possible, folks. You know, if you do a lot of shooting, you know, it's not something we think about very often. At least I haven't. Okay, it's not something you get taught in the military, that you need to be cleaning yourself up. And here's how we should do it, by the way. Don't use warm water. Go back to the house, use cold water. And I've been kind of, you know, like I said, doing my research about lead exposure. And, you know, I've been trying to minimize the amount of shooting I've been doing. Not only because of the lead, but, you know, ammunition's kind of hard to find. You gotta keep our powder dry for what may be coming up. But I went ahead and I went online and I got some hops, lead begone wipes, okay? And I got some hand and body soap called DeLead, okay? Because regular soap and hand sanitizer does not get the lead off of you, all right? You need to get these special lead begone and DeLead soap to get the lead off of your body, and then wash your hands with regular soap. That's what we need to do, all right? And I'm definitely gonna be using these products from now on, to make sure that we can minimize any kind of health problem or health risk with firearms training. All right, folks, I hope everybody out there has been doing good. I've been playing musical chairs with my grips lately, and I found a great deal today for the Model 66. I came across some Crimison Trace K frame laser grips for $100 less than what they go for online. I had to get them. Plus, it was a 15% military discount at this particular gun shop. Happened to be on Wednesday. It was a Sportsman's Lodge. Check them out. So I got these grips. I had my old lady try them out because, like I said, this is a community weapon that my little Peach has to shoot well, and I have to shoot well. I'll probably get rid of this sticker. I don't know if I like that there. But they feel good in the hand. And of course, you've got the Crimson Trace laser, which has an added benefit of what? Being a training aid for dry fire. It really is. Okay, I still like to use my sights. But these Crimson Trace grips, they feel good in the hand, which is important. I have not fired a round out of them. I'll let my wife shoot first. But I'm gonna go ahead and shoot right now, give you my feedback for concealability, comfort, and whenever I test out new grips, we gotta shoot heavy recoiling rounds in them. You got that feeling, I got a brand new gun. Always, when you put new grips on this, I've gone through wood, Packmeyer, rubber factory grips, and I've had issues with all of them for different reasons, and I think these might be my go-to from now on. So now we have Crimson Trace laser grips on these, K-frame. These are called the HogHunter, and let's do a little shooting. Okay, we've also been doing a lot of work back here, playing Lincoln logs, all right, making new berms. Looks great, cleaning up around here, making sure that the range doesn't look like a trash heap anymore. In some places it does, in other places it looks better. Okay, but let's try this out. First thing you do when you get these laser grips, folks, is you need to make sure that they're in line with your sight. So make a sight picture. Some people sight them in for 21 feet, 7 yards, and I did that earlier, so let's see how accurate it is. Hey, and going back to the topic of lead exposure, it actually might be a good idea to wear a mask when you shoot. Because of those lead particles in the air, we don't want to breathe them in. So wearing a mask, especially a very handsome mask, a very important political mask. Okay, so here we go. We're going to try these out. Oh, you know what? Forgot my ears. Give me a second. See, it's been that long since I've shot that I even forgot to wear my ear pro. Okay, here we go. All right, I was going for headshots there, so let's see. Let's take a look. 38 specials. Okay, using the sights, man, I'm off to the right. I'm off to the right a little bit. I'm sorry, not the sights, the laser. All right, let's do some combat shooting. All right, that was double action. Let's try some single action too. Let's go back to the head. All right, and see how that works. Okay, just trying to get these sighted in as best I can. Okay, so going from single action, very clearly I got to make an adjustment with these. I didn't bring the tool with me, but I'll do it back at the house. Is I've got to adjust the laser a little bit to the left to make sure it's on point, and that is at about 15 yards away. Okay, now to test these grips out, let's go ahead and do some rapid fire combat drills with this Crimson Trace grip on the K-frame. Up close and personal, we'll start with a failure to stop, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. And we'll do this from concealment. Okay, here we go. Okay, seems to do all right. Let's do that left-handed now. Up. Practice our weekend reloads while we're at it. Okay. All right, so far so good. Okay, now we're gonna back up to 7 yards. We'll do my favorite drill, 5-shot bill drill. And look, I know there was a guy, Gary Sams, I think his name is, who's been commenting at the cyclic rate on my channel. Seems like a good dude, by the way. Thank you for the support. Who says the bill drill is 6 shots in 2 seconds. So maybe I'll give that a try right now. But so far, one-handed with magnums, the grips do great. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on this target. So let's see how we do from concealment. All right, keep it in your workspace. That gun gets hot. We're gonna strip him off up close to the camera so you guys can see how I do it. Strip off 2 at a time. Let that sucker drop. Okay. So, I'm not really used to shooting with a laser. It's kind of like, I'm not even looking at my front sight anymore. I'm looking at the laser. I'm looking at the target. Am I more accurate? Well, I mean, I've got 1 drop on that in the arm. Everything else is where I wanted it to be, in the upper thoracic cavity. So it's different. I can always shut the laser off with this button, so I don't need to always have it activated if I don't want to. But overall impressions of the Crimson Trace K and L frame laser grip. They feel good. They're thin. They have an exposed back strap, which I like, and because they're thinner, it's going to make it easier to conceal. For a combat weapon, this is what this is. This ain't a range toy. So we want something that's easier to conceal, get your hands around it. Big pluses are, my little Peach, man, she shoots it great. She shoots it great. So being able to hand this to other members of the family and be able to get on target, I think is great. I like the way they look. I mean, wood is still awesome. I will still rock wood occasionally, but man, these were $127 grips, so they were expensive. So I'm hoping that they last. And for a combat weapon, it's good to have that ability in a low light situation to get a laser on your target. Okay, and then also, like I said, get out there, unload the weapon while you're watching TV. Keep the ammunition in a separate room while you're watching TV. Double check your gun, triple check your gun, and then go ahead and do some dry fire training in a safe direction. In a safe direction, not at your TV, maybe at a wall that's not anywhere close to someone else or someone else's room. And practice your trigger squeeze with that laser. I would recommend that. Get yourself tested for lead, folks, if you're a firearms instructor or if you shoot a lot. I can't stress that enough, all right? If you find yourself getting irritable for no reason or having memory issues, having headaches, stomach pain, you know, these are some of the things that I felt in the past few months. And then my daughter, 16-month-old, one of my 4 kids, having issues with just like being inconsolable. Now I'm thinking it might be lead exposure. So get out there, get tested, wash your hands, use that Lead Be Gone. Trump 2020, folks. Get yourself registered to vote.